My mum was a bit unsure when I said I'm going to do like online coaching. She's probably thinking, oh, like,
what career is that?
Yeah, like,
is it even a career?
Yeah.
What happens when you stop the pens or you stop taking the medication? Do you spiral out of control?
100%, yeah, same, for their own good, and also just even just having a conversation might help them change their mind.
How do you stay focused with like your clients and being quite realistic with their goals? Like, do you get people coming in with like absurd goals and like, babe, just slow down?
I wouldn't say hate, but like negative energy, yeah. But I notice it so well now.
Yeah. My boyfriend has a female gym partner. Oh. And I can't lie, it drives me insane. They send each other workout plans, spot each other, and post sweaty selfies after sessions.
No, I think if you feel in a certain way, you've got a reason to feel like that way.
Hi guys, and welcome back to episode 3 of series 2 of Injectable Insiders. Unfortunately, Axa's not here today. She's not feeling very well. But we've got the lovely Meena, who is a fitness influencer.
Yes.
And you've come all the way from Manchester.
Manchester, yeah.
Yeah. So do you want to just tell people about yourself?
Yes, so Meena from Manchester. I do content creation and I also do online coaching for females. And I also graduated in physiotherapy last year.
Okay.
So I'm not practicing right now, but I will be in a couple months.
So how do you find like influencing? I know obviously background wise, what's your background?
So half Iraqi, half Turkish.
Okay. And how do you feel like from coming from like a Turkish background, an Iraqi background, it is being online? Because I know like obviously we talk a lot on the podcast about me being a hijabi and like the stigma you get attached to that and like the judgment you get attached to that. So how has that been for you in your journey? Like,
mine's a bit of a different one. I'd say my upbringing is different to like the typical Muslim upbringing.
Okay.
I actually was a lot of my childhood was spent in foster care.
Oh, okay.
So I wasn't actually with both parents, and I was kind of like raised on my own.
Okay.
So I am still Muslim, and I think because I've not grown up in that background, there was less stress over being a certain way.
Yeah.
So
it's very much the way you wanted to practice.
Exactly.
As opposed to something that had been enforced on you.
Yeah, which is the best way. But like, I think that's why if people judge, I don't really like give too much into it. It's kind of nice to see like an influencer that's like got the same background as you, so hopefully I can represent like, I don't know, if someone's like with the same background and they want someone as a fitness inspo, it's nice to see someone.
No, of course, and like obviously randomly we were just following each other on Instagram and obviously I approached you and I just thought like obviously to see people in the fitness industry that have done so well, like especially like your before and afters.
Thank you,
and you obviously self-teaching yourself, like because it's not something that you went and trained in and did like your PT training, it's just like you said, something that you become an influencer in. How was your journey in like losing weight and like getting into the shape you wanted to be? Like, was that difficult?
Oh my god, it's crazy long. I don't even know where to start, but it started when I was really young, like 14 probably.
Okay, that is really young.
Yeah, and it was really, really bad to begin with, like disordered eating. I was really skinny because I just didn't eat. I would eat like an apple and a broccoli a day and call it a day.
Crazy.
Yeah, and I'd be running 5K. And then I got really bad shin splints, which makes sense because I was under eating so much.
Yeah.
And it affects like your bones and stuff. And then that kind of got me to go into the gym because I couldn't run anymore. And that's when I started weightlifting. I started eating a bit more, but then I started binge eating like massively.
That's crazy because I feel like I've been in this similar conversation with somebody else that has experienced the same thing. And
really?
she was like a PT. She was very slim.
Yeah.
And she was like, she went through a phase where she had really bad body dysmorphia.
Yeah, same.
And similarly to you.
Yeah.
And then like all of a sudden she went through this mad binge eating period. And like within I think a space of like 3 weeks, she put on so much weight.
Yeah. Oh my God, yeah. Same. And it's such an isolating experience. You don't want to speak to anyone about it because you feel so shameful, like you're just binging on so much food and you feel like you've got no control.
Yeah.
So, and I know so many girls go through it, but no one speaks about it.
Nobody talks about it. And I think this is what people appreciate, especially like coming onto the podcast.
Yeah.
Like last time we kind of touched on PCOS and periods and women's, you know, like the issues that we face as women.
Yeah.
And I think like with the fitness, the body dysmorphia is there's such a link to it. Everyone looks at you and thinks, oh my God, I want a body like her.
Yeah.
But doesn't see the years prior to that, what it took you to get to that.
Yeah.
So that's crazy.
The effort that you put in and the behind the scenes. And I've been guilty, like when I was younger, I used to see someone online and be like, oh, they're so lucky they've got a fast metabolism. Like you don't see what they're actually doing behind the scenes. I do like 30 minutes cardio, like Stairmaster a day.
Every day?
Yeah, to maintain what I've got. But people would just see me and think, oh, she's so lucky. Like, so yeah, you don't see the behind the scenes and you don't see like day to day, like even like I'm due on period, like I'm gonna be bloated. People don't see that,
Yeah.
and like they don't see the reality. So they're just literally seeing the highlights, which I know everyone says, but it's so true.
And I think like sorry guys, my eyes twitching for something. I think I'm low magnesium. My eyes are in this weird twitch. But no, I think people just literally see what you want to show them.
Yeah.
Like social media is so limited, and
Yeah.
people forget like we only reveal what we want them to see.
Yeah.
There's so much more to life than what's
Exactly.
online.
Yeah.
But do you get like nasty comments, hate comments?
You know, usually no, not at all.
Yeah.
When I post during Ramadan, yeah, which is expected, like especially on TikTok,
Yeah.
that's the only place I get it because there's so many negative people, so many judgmental people. Like it's full of people.
It's
just
free
spewing
for all
hate.
on TikTok,
Yeah.
isn't it? It's honestly, it's savage.
I know, and there's no username, so people just do what they want. But yeah, I wouldn't say it really gets me at all. I just think when people judge, it's out of insecurity or jealousy or something stupid.
100%. And I feel like to be an influencer, like so much comes with it. Like people look at you and they, in a weird way, they idolize you, or you know, they look at you for a certain way in life, or you know, like for example, how can I say it? My words are slipping out my mouth today. For like guidance. Yeah. Like for guidance. So you said that you do online coaching as well.
Yes.
How did you like just fall into that from?
Because of my like history of binge eating stuff and overcoming it, I've always been into the gym, fitness, like diet, nutrition side of things. And then after uni, I decided to go and get my PT qualification.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, to help other women just overcome anything that I've been through in the past as well. Because I know it's honestly the worst thing I had to go through is binge eating. So I just feel like because I've overcome it now, like my dream is to help other women.
Other women
like,
that, yeah.
Like, and just feel confident in themselves, feel confident in the gym. And I think because like you can switch up your whole lifestyle through like gym and diet, and change your whole life around. So I'd love to help women do the same thing.
Yeah, which is amazing.
Like honestly, it affects me massively, just the gym and a clean diet.
I think it's just it's like people don't realise, but when you're working out, when you're looking after yourself, the way you look and you're happy with the way you look, it's just your mental well-being as well, isn't it?
Exactly.
And like obviously like we touched on this off camera and I was talking to you about my experience, and I've talked a bit about this before on the podcast and like putting weight on, and like honestly it's just like you want to be in the same old clothes because you just can't be bothered to get dressed up. You're like, what's the point in putting on that nice little dress because I hate the way I look. And I think like you said, everyone goes through a spout in life where they feel like that. And I think for me it's been later on in life, so I'm like 31 now, so I'm getting on a bit.
You don't look
but no, babe, I feel it. But like I feel like my body's catching up, like the bad habits that I used to have 10 years ago that would just let slide, and like I would be fine, like you know, I'd bounce back. I can't be doing that now. Like my body just like I just plateau.
But that's such a good motivation.
I'm trying. I'm just like, I think it's everyone's own journey. And then my cousin, she was saying to me the other day, she was like, but Zay, you've never been in your life, like you've never had a point where you have been big or you've put on weight. So she was like, maybe like that's just your body. You're in a happy place with your marriage. Like just allow your body to just go through these changes, but you know that you need to do something about it. But it's kind of like you said, finding that motivation to be confident back and go back into the gym. Like obviously, did you go through this through uni period or prior to uni?
Starting the gym?
Yeah, like going back into the gym.
So I started probably around like 16, and it was so intimidating to begin with. Like I literally remember like being at home wanting to go gym, but I was so intimidated, so I just did home workouts for like a month, and then I was like, you know what, no, I just need to go, because when you realize that like you're kind of restricting your own potential, like just get out. And
just
no
get
one
out.
cares. Like
that's the thing. I think as women, we think everyone's staring at us.
And to be honest, like maybe some people will be, but it might not be a bad thing.
Of course.
Like they might just be looking and like either admiring you or just thinking, oh, that's a interesting exercise, or I don't know,
of course.
something like it's not always a bad thing.
You always think the worst, don't we?
We do. Because I'm guilty of it myself. But after being in the gym for such a long time, you just become used to the environment. Like it's not as intimidating after a couple of weeks being
and
there.
I think it comes like a second home, doesn't it? It becomes
100%.
second nature. Like I think you miss that buzz. It's a bit weird, isn't it? Like I've only recently just started getting back into the gym myself, and I think yesterday we were recording, then I went to the gym, and sometimes it feels like it's a chore, but it's becoming to feel like no, like that's my space and that's my time.
And it's how you view it, and that helps you stick to it as well. But I think going back to the gym after having time off is the hardest thing. But then once you've done it and
you get into a routine,
then it's fine. It's like second nature.
So do you feel like, you mentioned obviously you do cardio, so you do 30 minutes of Stairmaster every day. Is that like routine? You have to do your 30 minutes?
So to me, I love it now, which is mad, because when I first started, I hated cardio, and honestly I thought it was torture. And I've only started doing 30 minutes a day like this year, I'd say.
Okay.
I think before that I used to do 10 minutes after every session.
And even that used to feel like, ugh.
Yeah, I used to feel like, how can I even do longer? Like,
Yeah.
I couldn't imagine myself doing 30 minutes. And then I've got ADHD, so I really struggle with just like, my mind's always going at 100 miles per hour. And since I've started doing 30 minutes cardio, oh my God, it's the best thing for my mind.
Really?
Yeah, like it's just so clear. So now I crave doing it. Like it doesn't feel like a chore, but it's like I cannot finish my session without it.
It feels weird if you was to do it without it.
Yeah, like my day would just be crap, basically. Like I notice my productivity is like worse.
Yeah.
And just I end up overeating as well because I think that gives me the dopamine that I need. So yeah, it just helps massively. Like I think the way you view it, and I always say to my clients, like, you're gonna feel amazing after it.
Yeah.
Like it's temporary discomfort, but then you're gonna feel so much better after doing it.
It's just like pushing yourself to get to that.
Yeah.
Like even for me now, like, obviously because I've been out for quite a while, it's been like, oh, like I'm not gonna lie, it's not that I need a PT. It's like my friend, obviously she's a bodybuilder, and she does like PTing, but she just trains me like as a friend.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, it's not that I need a PT, but I think if I didn't have you, I wouldn't show up.
Yeah, and that will help you in the initial stage. And I always say, like, if it makes it better to bring a friend, go ahead.
Yeah.
But I think once you start going consistently, and if you take time off, you really realize how much it impacts you, and then that will be your drive to like stay consistent. So you won't even need someone else there to like hold you accountable. You'll do it yourself.
Yeah, no, 100%.
It comes with time.
It does. It comes with time, and I think a lot of people, we just bash ourselves with fitness.
Yeah, we do.
We really hold, like, we look at these images that are probably photoshopped to the max and want to be like that.
Or
and it's like,
angles,
and it's kind of like, no, like some people have really good genetics as well.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
so like everyone's bodies are different.
Yeah.
And I feel like I find that because obviously I come from an aesthetic background, so I own my own clinic. And I get a lot of girls coming into me and saying, I want my lips like that. But I'm like, your anatomy and somebody else's anatomy is completely different.
Yeah.
So I can only work with what I've got.
Yeah.
How do you stay focused with like your clients and being quite realistic with their goals? Like, do you get people coming in with like absurd goals and like, babe, just slow down?
You know what? So far, no. Like their goals are really good, or like I'll help them like reframe them so a bit like healthier or more like realistic.
Yeah.
But I always say like you could follow the exact same diet, exact same workout as me. You're not gonna look like me. Like everyone's completely different.
100%.
You might even look better than me, like
because
it might not take you as much to achieve something, but yeah, everyone's completely different. And I just know I frame it around like mindset as well. Like the gym, like transformations aren't just about weight loss. You gain so much confidence in the process.
Yeah.
Your self-worth increases and your mindset completely changes. Like it literally changes your life.
It does, honestly, it really does. And I think people forget like there's so much struggle that goes behind, like we talked about body dysmorphia and like feeling a certain type of way, especially for women. I feel like we're in a society now where filters are very much, you know, they use, like even when I started this podcast, I was like, oh my God, I was mortified. I was like looking at myself in the camera, I was like, I don't look like that in real. I was saying to Carl yesterday, he said apparently this camera puts 10 pounds on you.
Does it? Oh no, don't tell me that. That's not mine, is it?
He's like, bloody hell. No, but that's a rumour, okay? But like I was like, oh my God. But I think it gets past that point where it's like, I've never said to Carl, oh, delete that because I look this like this. I'm just like, it is what it is. I don't care. Like I'm embracing myself.
I'm the same.
If you see me in real life, you'll see me in real life. Like it is what it is. Like, I don't really care about judgment. But I feel like for a lot of girls, they worry so much about being judged and how they're going to look. So you spoke about obviously your childhood and you said that obviously you come from a foster home. Is there any other like personal struggles that you face in life, like in general?
So like to this day, or like
just anything in general?
I mean, going into care was like really tough to begin with. I was only 11 and basically my parents are divorced and my mum was a single mum of 3. So it just wasn't like working. She was at work the whole day. So they were like, you either quit your job, look after them, or they have to go in care. So because I was so young, I felt so betrayed. But then obviously you get older and you realise
that she probably had to do that for your best interest.
Exactly. And honestly, I think Allah's plan is the best plan.
Of course.
Nothing could happen better. But in the moment, it's always going to be tough. And then I think when it passes, you realise that everything happened for a reason. Like I've gained so many, I don't know, like so many good traits. And it's kind of shaped me.
It shaped who you are today,
But I don't know, I feel like I've been through quite a bit. But binge eating, I would say, is definitely the worst thing I'd been through. I think I was probably binging for about 5 years.
Really?
Yeah, and I thought there was no way out. And it wasn't like, oh, I'd overeat by 200 calories. No, it was like 10K calorie binge.
No.
And like the next few days, I would just like over-exercise. And like, luckily, I didn't like vomit it out because I know some girls do, bless them, like honestly. but because I hate vomiting,
Okay.
so that's what stopped me. Thank
Okay.
God. But yeah, it was awful. That's the worst thing. It's so isolating. I didn't speak to anyone about it after a few years, and then even still, I was like, "Am I ever going to recover?" Like, it's such a hard thing to wrap your head around. And I read so many books, listened to so many YouTube videos. Nothing helped at all.
Because people don't even label it as binge eating. They just
Yeah.
think, oh, she's being greedy.
Yeah.
Oh, she likes her food.
Exactly.
It's not something that's talked about. Like, it's not something that actually, it's a condition.
Yeah.
Like, it's actually something that someone's
It's
going
so
through.
dismissed. Yeah.
And I think, like, obviously you're probably only the second person that I've heard actually speak
Oh,
about
really?
openly to me. Like, one of
Yeah.
my clients was speaking to me, and when I look at her now, I think, you binge eating? And she was like,
Yeah.
yeah, like I went through a stage where just
Yeah.
anything I'd see, I'd put it in my mouth.
You'd be shocked. Because, like, I know some girls that do it, but you wouldn't think because they look amazing, but the amount they have to overexercise to compensate for it. But yeah, I was the same. It was so bad. And I know some girls that have been through it as well, and they've only told me because I told them first.
Oh,
So people are so hesitant to saying because it is such a shameful thing. Like, you
Yeah.
think, how can I not control myself? And when I tell people that don't binge eat, they're like, oh, can you just like stop eating? Like, they don't get it, and I don't expect them to, because
yeah.
if
But
you've not
no
been
one's
through
gone
it,
through, but you haven't gone through that yourself.
Yeah.
And you don't know what it takes. Like, you know, maybe there's trauma behind it, or that's
Yeah.
your coping mechanism.
Yeah, I think a lot of it is. Yeah.
People, like, I think a lot of people that have been through things in life in a younger year, like yourself, that probably is your coping mechanism. And that is, you know, you went through a spat in life where you like, you know, you enjoyed your food.
Yeah.
And it's not even that it's enjoyable to
It's
the
like
point.
I'd seek it for comfort.
Yeah.
That was my only sort of like coping mechanism. And that's why I think the cardio helps me now, because I get dopamine from it.
Yeah.
I think that when people have like emotions and you don't know how to regulate them, like, it's so easy to just go to food.
No,
'Cause it's a quick source of dopamine.
100%.
So it's kind of like finding different ways to cope with your emotions, and also just to help you feel better so that you don't have to resort to food.
No, 100%.
Yeah.
That's like me. I mean, like, I can put my hands up and say I've got a really
Yeah.
bad sweet tooth.
Yeah, same.
I'm like, chocolate. Like,
Yeah.
my husband actually hides chocolate from me. It
I tell
sounds
my mum
really
too.
bad. It sounds really bad. But like, obviously, like, because I said to him, I was like, obviously on this new fitness journey for myself, I was like, you need to support me in it. And like, I get it. Like now, like with the binge eating, it's self-control. But sometimes it's kind of like, that's just like my weak point. But with me, like, if I had a bar of chocolate, I wouldn't have like 1 or 2 cubes. I'd have to finish the whole bar.
Same. It's all about mindset as well. But that, like, I used to be like that as well. And you need to think, though, these foods are made to be addictive.
100%.
Like, they're full of crap, and so don't feel too guilty. But then also, I think when you've got such a healthy diet and you're eating so many, like, I try and go for mainly whole foods.
Yeah.
When you're eating so many nourishing foods, and you just don't feel the need to like overeat.
Yeah.
Like, enough, like a small amount will be enough.
Yeah, of course.
Whereas I used to eat so much sugar as well, and I have such a big sweet tooth. I used to have so many like artificial sweeteners and all that.
Yeah.
And I think I was so like immune to taste of sugar. Like, when I had it, it wasn't enough. Now that I eat mainly whole foods, when I have sugar, it's so sweet to me.
You get put off.
Yeah, it's mad.
And it's how you train your body. Like, it is all like your mindset.
It is all mindset.
It is all having that mindset to be like, you know what, I'm strong enough to say no.
Yeah.
Or substituting it, like you said, instead of having a whole bar, maybe just have the 2 cubes.
But that's so hard to begin with. I
It
remember
is.
I struggled so much with that. And I think what helped me is just, I don't like to say cut everything out, but avoiding refined sugar or limiting it as much as you can, because it's addictive.
Yeah, of
The more
course.
sugar you have, the more you're going to crave. And I thought, I honestly didn't think I could do it. I went a week without it, and then it gets so much easier.
It's literally like you're going sober.
I know.
It's literally like,
though.
yeah, and you have
It's like a
withdrawals.
drug, yeah.
People don't realise, like, I'm like this with my tea, because I used to drink loads of tea.
Yeah,
Like, I'm not
mum's
gonna
like
lie, I used the caffeine and just
Yeah.
having the sugar, and I don't even like put teaspoons in. I used to just estimate. And
Oh, sugar?
Yeah, it used to be so bad. So, and I can say that now.
Yeah.
But like, looking back now, like, my mom's like, no sugar at
Mm.
all. Like, she's one of them people, she doesn't have sugar in tea, nothing.
That's really good.
So
Yeah.
she's like, just go cold turkey. And I'm
Yeah.
like, but you don't realise, like, you're literally saying it like I'm addicted to cigarettes, or, you
Yeah,
know, I
yeah,
have a real
yeah.
addiction. She was
But
like,
it's
no,
like
but it
that.
is a real
It is,
addiction.
it is.
She was like, every time you're estimating, you don't actually know how much sugar you're putting into your teacup. And I think, like, now, because I'm trained and I just have a tea when I fancy it. Like, even Carl was like, the other day, oh, do you want to make a cup of tea? And I was like, I was like, no, I've got
Do I
my water
actually
bottle.
want it?
I've got
Yeah,
my
yeah,
water
yeah.
bottle.
Yeah.
So I'm substituting.
Yeah.
But like, then that doesn't mean, like you said, I'll deprive myself of it. But it's knowing that mentally, like, okay, I can't be having 3 cups of tea a day.
Yeah, it's realistic, like, healthy habits.
100%.
Yeah.
And I think once you get your body into that will help. Because I think a lot of girls that are watching this now are going to look back and be like, oh, but how do you get a body like that? And I think we had a fitness influencer on before as well, and we kind of got that gist from the podcast as well. I think people kind of look at you and think, oh my god, but she looks amazing, and they forget that there's
so much that goes into
you wouldn't look at you and think that you'd been ever binge eat. Do you know what I mean, or been through that. And like, it wasn't even a point where you said it's a year, you said 5 years continuously you was in that cycle. So let's delve in a bit more personal, if you don't mind. Relationships wise, are you with anyone? Are you seeing anyone? What's your...
Absolutely single. I'm so happy. Honestly, I've only ever been in one relationship because I'm very picky and I just don't...
and so you should be. I mean, like, you know, in this day and age, I think you can literally have what you want. Do you know what I mean? And I think
so have the standards up there.
Yes, of course. And I think some girls just really don't have them standards. And it's just like they get a bit of love or they get a bit of attention, and that's like, you know, God's gift. And it's like, no.
But I think even something as simple as going to the gym will help with that, because you build your self-worth.
Of
and
course.
Like what you can tolerate. But yeah, I agree. I'm so glad that I'm not like that.
Do you get a lot of sleazeballs like messaging you and sliding in your DMs?
Yeah, but I think every girl does though. And you're just like, no, go away.
No, it is. Even like with me, like obviously I'm married, but I have like an open profile only because it helps with my clinic. I think people are just nosy, you know. People just want to know shit. And I was sitting down. We call my partner on the podcast, for the sake of the podcast, Johnny Bravo. Okay, that's his code name. When you see a picture, you'll know what I mean.
Okay.
But yeah, and I said to him, I was laughing. I was like, because someone said in my DMs and was saying, "Oh, are you a parking ticket?" I was like, "What? Is that like meant to be a pickup line?" Like, what?
So rude as well.
People are weird.
They're
like,
so weird.
People are so like, you know, entitled and think they can just talk to whoever they want. Like, the world doesn't
and the
work
things
like
that
that.
men expect on a first date, or like even with getting to know you, like, what's wrong with you?
Have you had any like weird instances in the gym, like with people approaching you? And
but I just bat them off. I just sometimes I don't know what to say. Like when I was in a relationship, it's easy to say, "Oh, I've got a man." Like, go away. But and I sometimes I mess up. I'm like, once I went to say like, "Oh, I'm not single," and I go, "Oh, I'm single," and I was like, "Fuck's sake!" Like, I don't know. I just like I stutter so much. In the moment. But now I just say like, I'm just not interested. Like, I think it comes with time, but I don't feel bad now saying it. And like,
but that's the thing. That's with your personal experience that you've had. And we were talking about this yesterday, and we were talking about an instance that happened recently with a guy called Ginger J. Did you see all that going on? Did you see it on TikTok? No. Oh, it's like this podcast thing where he was like speaking quite rudely to a woman about his own personal preference. And I think it's just the way you say things sometimes. Like, you have to be quite sensitive to what you say and how you articulate yourself. And I think some men just don't think before they speak. Literally. 100%. And then it backfires. Do you know what I mean? But have you ever had an instance where someone's come to you and said, "Oh my God, you're that girl off Instagram"?
I have, yeah.
You have? How do you feel about that?
I get so awkward. I just don't know what to say. Because it's also like, I'm just so shocked, like how they've like come across my profile. But yeah, just lovely girls. And then we have a nice conversation, but never a guy. I think once a guy, but he was in uni. He was a nice guy.
Oh, okay.
But no, not weird guys, luckily.
How do you deal with PTing like online? Do you feel like you wouldn't do in-person clients because you haven't got the time for it, or do you feel like you just prefer the online, the results that people get from online coaching? Yeah,
that's it, to be fair. Like, I have done in-person a bit, and I did love it. Like, there's pros to both, but I do prefer the online coaching because you can like manage more things. Like, you can take nutrition into account, which is probably gonna account to majority of the goals and the difference that you're going to make.
Would you say like nutrition's like 8? Because a lot of people say this figure, don't they? They throw it out. They're like 80% food.
It's a random figure, but I'd say mostly it is will
nutrition.
Have like, you could, I think if you went to, I mean, you could see a difference with going to the gym alone or nutrition alone. But if you just was in a calorie deficit, there you go. You're going to see a difference straight away. But I think it's more to it than just a calorie deficit.
Yeah.
I think people just say, oh, it's as easy as that. No, it's about the foods that you actually eat as well.
Of course.
Because everyone used to go with whatever fits your macros. No, like, what you eat actually makes a difference. Like the protein, fiber, everything, healthy fats. I think, you get the whole picture. Like, I can help clients actually make such a huge difference. You get to contact them daily instead of just when you see them, so they're kind of held a lot more accountable. And I oversee diet, like everything, hydration, sleep.
Oh wow.
Yeah, absolutely everything, because it all affects your goals. And again, it's a lifestyle change, so when they make these simple habits every day, like simple changes, it just has a massive knock-on effect. It makes it so much easier for themselves to see the results, and then it's sustainable as well.
How do you find so you know like, obviously this whole AI things come out and people are like, oh, they're taking people's jobs and AI can now literally give you a nutrition plan and this, that and the other and blah blah blah. How do you feel like that's impacted you in any way?
Not
Or
at
no?
all. No,
Your
no.
clients have stayed with you and
Yeah. And I think like they can give you a plan, but it's how are you going to stick to it though?
Yeah.
Like a lot of people struggle with the accountability, and that's why they go to get a coach. That's the main reason I'd say. And it's just like someone that is going to encourage you, motivate you, and give you the helpful tips that you need. It's so specific to that person. So sometimes like a little bot can't tell you exactly what to do. Like sometimes you need like, and I've been through a lot of things like binge eating and stuff, so I can give advice based off what I've been through that can be helpful for them.
Because of course like you're gonna get days where a client falls off, but it's about, like you said, with the accountability, just being honest and be like, you know what, Meena, I had a chocolate bar today, or you know what, I did this, and then you like kind of giving the guidance or being like, okay, it's a bad day, we pick it up, we keep it moving, kind of thing.
Especially not helping them spiraling into like an all or nothing mindset and being like, oh, I've had this, I'm gonna go binge. Because I have got a few binge clients, and then I just say to them, as you're about to binge, message me, so I can like change your mindset, and it actually helps.
And do you know what, it works wonders. You just don't realize, like you said, a lot of it comes from your mindset and
100%.
you know, like the willpower to be like, no. Do you know what I mean? And to some people, like you said, they might find it crazy that you can't control yourself with food, but it is actually like a problem.
No, 100%. I won't say it's just willpower though, because I used to beat myself up thinking it was just willpower. But it's also, if you're not fueling yourself enough correctly, you're going to give in to the binge.
Of course, because you're hungry. If you're starving yourself and you're not eating the right foods, but then you'll indulge in a takeaway.
Exactly.
Or, you know, then you'll have your dessert after it. And I think at some point as well, like, you probably can't even fit that much food in, but you're just eating for the sake of it.
I used to get like swollen, like red and puffy. I've got photos. They were so bad. Like I'll show you later. So bad. But I think another thing that isn't spoken about a lot is healthy fats are so important for female hormone health and just for overcoming binging too, because if you've not got enough healthy fats, you're going to have mad cravings, you're going to have those intense urges to go and binge. So I noticed by doing simple things like just increasing healthy fats, it makes such a big difference
to the person and their outcome. No, it's crazy. I was going to touch on as well, I don't know if you know much about it, but obviously you've seen like this mad craze of insurge of people doing Manjaro and Ozempic and wanting shortcuts and like, you know, obviously these are weight loss drugs. What's your opinion on it? You don't need to like dive into it too much, but what's your opinion on it?
I think people are going on it when they don't even need to. Like so many people are going on it.
Have you had any clients that have said to you, oh, I'm on it?
I've had someone say like, oh, I'm on GLP or whatever it's called, like, can I start? No. But I think honestly the best way for weight loss is there's actually no shortcuts. It's just like exercise and nutrition, and there's so many more benefits. Like it's the best thing for longevity too. So you can take the Ozempic whatever and lose weight, but I think it does
that's not in the long run gonna be sustainable.
Exactly, it's not sustainable. And it's also like, you want to go to the gym, build muscle for longevity, like you want to be able to live longer and be able to do all the activities that you do now. So taking something like that is not going to help with that. And also I think I've not done enough research to comment too much about it, but it affects something to do with your muscles and
so I think a lot of people have muscle depletion, and you see that a lot like in celebrities and stuff like that. Even in their faces, you can see they say the typical Ozempic face. But like you said, I haven't done enough research on it to go and speak and dive into it. But I think from the basis of it, it's basically blocks your food receptors, like your food noise. So it's basically helping someone control them craves. But like you said, that's all like mindset. So a medication is just doing that for you. You just have to have the strength to do that. And then what happens when you stop the pens or you stop taking the medication? Do you spiral out of control? And this is like what's in the news at the moment, where they're saying like NHS and stuff like that. It's like creating healthy habits for people that are on it, because people that are obese or, you know, morbidly obese or are really overweight, that are using this as like a way of a means to help with their weight loss journey, when they come off it, that's the thing. How do you manage it? Like, do you pile on more than you was before? Like, it's crazy.
Make sure it's sustainable. Otherwise, there's no point.
It's crazy.
And I think like the more muscle you have, the more calories you burn at rest. So just get into the gym, build some muscle. I know it's not easy, but
just get hench.
Like that's the only way it's going to be sustainable for the rest of your life. Like there's no shortcut. Like,
no,
fair enough if you're really obese and you actually like need something to help. But I think there's so many people that like, they're just not overweight.
Yeah.
But they just want an easy way to go and like
And
lose
that's
a few
why it's becoming
pounds.
dangerous.
Yeah.
Like, obviously, I know, like, with these certain medications, they're prescription only, and they should be prescription only because people are buying them on the black market.
Yeah.
It's freaking crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Like, I just think the things people would do for, like, body... But this is it. This is the society
I know, it's
we live
actually
in.
really sad.
It's like we would put anything in our bodies without even second thinking what it is. And I think, like, even like with the whole COVID jabs and stuff like that, like I was one of the nurses that didn't have my COVID jabs.
Oh,
like,
stop it, because I wish I never did.
Oh.
And at the time I didn't want to, but they sent us, because I was going into physio.
Yeah.
Literally, I was going to my first year. They said, if you don't get it, you can't practice, basically.
Yeah, that's what they did to me. And I was like, that ain't going to happen. So I was like, me and my friends, we were laughing about it. I remember sitting at the desk and a few of them just ran and when he got it done, I was like, no. And because I personally seen so many like effects, you know, afterwards, like from other people that had experienced it that we were nursing. And I mean, we won't delve too much into it before like we get
in it.
We get ransacked on the internet.
The main thing is,
it.
though, like no one knows long-term side effects. No one can say they do. A drug has to be trialed for a long amount of time to know. Yeah. And obviously it was made new. Yeah. So how can anyone say they know the long-term side effects?
It's crazy. And I think this is the thing, like we live in a society, like I just said, that anyone would just jump at a chance to do things. And it's really like, I think with weight loss, like there's fat burning tablets and there's all sorts of things.
And it's sad that they're marketing off it though as well, because they know people, like all of these, like what they called the fat teas and stuff. Not fat teas, but the herbal teas to help you lose weight and all this, like it's all bullshit.
Yeah, it is. Like, what the hell? Like, and then you know, you even like, okay, I don't know if this works because I don't know. Like, I've looked into it before, but OxyShred, what's your views on OxyShred?
They've actually reached out to me a few times, but I would never ever promote something that I don't agree with, and I stay away from like artificial sweeteners and all that crap, and it's filled with them. So I think like. They say it's like you sweat more. What influencers do, they go into the gym, they work out, and they take a video saying that OxyShred make them sweat. No, you just did some cardio and it made you sweat. Like, come on. Like, stop selling a product when you don't know if it actually works.
Yeah, but it's crazy because, like, me as a viewer, like, or me as a person who's thinking about my fitness journey, I'll be like, oh my God, like, OxyShred. I think at a point I did. I was like, oh my God, like, I didn't try it, but I was like, oh, I think me and my friend were talking about it, and one of the girls actually went and bought it. Yeah. And she's like, yeah, it made me help, like, burn up a sweat.
How do you know? Kind of like,
what are you putting into your body?
Yeah. And how do you know?
Like I was sweating more.
But how do you know if you hadn't have had it, you would have sweated just the same as you did that cardio, you know?
No, you're right.
Yeah, and like if you look at the ingredients list, it's massive. Do you really know like what all that's going to do to your gut and everything else? Do you know what I mean? Yeah. So I'm very picky with what I have and like what I put into my body. Yeah. And yeah, I just thought I'm not going to promote that because I don't agree with it.
No, and so you should be like, because I feel like with people like you who are fitness influencers, it's very easy to just fall into that trap. Yeah. Because it's a deal for you. It's a brand deal. Yeah. It's going to look good, whatever. You're going to get viewers. You're going to get commission. Yeah, you're going to get all sorts. So I feel like that's really like, you know, good on you that you've like stood your ground and it's something that you, based on principle, you're like, no.
Always. I would never. Same with clothing brands. Like if I don't like it,
I was just going to say that. Have you had any clothing brands that you've done collabs with or?
Yeah, I left Define a few months back. Okay. Just because during Ramadan, I was just like, I know I've wanted to start dressing a bit more modestly anyway. Yeah. And I was like, this is a good time to do it. So I didn't post. I told them like all I had from there was butt scrunch leggings. So I was like, I actually cannot post.
Yeah, and everyone loves the butt scrunch leggings.
They do.
Let's be real.
They do.
Everyone loves them.
I love how they look, but they're not. The Define ones are not practical at all. No one can tell me otherwise. Like if I can't do a leg session, they're gonna snap. Yeah. Okay. Or like they're so restrictive. Like they make you look good because they're so tight. They lift.
Yeah. They lift everything. Yeah.
But like I could not do a session in them. I didn't even like the feel of them. So I wouldn't really post them much. Anyway, during Ramadan, didn't post. And then after that, I started wearing the leggings. So I wasn't really posting as much. So I was like, you know what, I just need to leave because like our values don't align.
Yeah, you don't.
I did say to them like, oh, when your jogger's going to be like restocked, because he didn't have any on the page.
And I think this is as well, like we talked about this before with the other fitness influencer, but I think she couldn't relate as much. Obviously you can be Muslim, but there's not enough out there for modest wear.
Yeah, there isn't.
I think Gymshark are doing quite well now with the Lena Diab. Her collab has been amazing. Yeah. And I think since she's been kind of like the face of their brand, they've really adapted to like modest wear. Yeah. And they have nice and they have like long t-shirts, you know, like baggier hoodies, baggier leggings. leggings, because like we still want to look good in the gym.
Exactly, yeah.
Like, why am I always turning up to the gym with my little cap,
Yeah.
with my like roadman hood on top for my hijab, like my makeshift hijab? Like, it gets boring. Do you know what I mean? Like, you still want to look good and you still want to be able to wear brands. And I feel like in the fitness industry, there's not a lot of brands that do that, and they're not inclusive.
There's more than before, but it's still like there's a lot.
Very limited.
Yeah. 100%.
And do you feel like they were supportive of the fact that obviously of your choices and your values, or
fine?
Yeah, or do you feel like they were just a bit like, oh?
Yeah and no, like it was like, yeah, okay, like, and because when I asked them like when are the joggers gonna get restocked, they just said, oh, impact is our priority, which is the butt scrunch leggings, which fair enough, I know that's a big seller.
That's your big seller.
Yeah, but then I can't
you
get
yeah no, and I get that.
Yeah, I just thought, like, I work with Gymshark now as well, so I thought that's better. Like,
do you work with Gymshark? Oh, okay.
And they just, I think they take into account everyone, so
and that's
nice.
good. That's good for you. You know, that's what your values are.
Yeah.
Is there anything in the fitness industry that you think needs to change?
Oh,
don't worry, it's not that deep.
No. Like, don't such a big question. I think there's so much misinformation online, but like, it's always going to be there. Like,
that's with any industry, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's kind of like it's Chinese whispers, and a lot of people sit there trying to Google diagnose half the. Do you know what I mean? Like, you know, when it comes to things, people just Google. It's not always what you see online is truth.
Like, what needs to change?
Even your personal journey could be something that you feel like needs to change.
I do think that girls should be taught more about just healthy eating at a younger age, so it stops them from like going down like disorders and all these fad diets. Like, I've been through so many different diets that are found online that are just not going to
like, do you know the keto? Is it the keto?
Yeah, one? The keto diet. So I've actually not done that.
Okay.
And I think it actually does help some people, like the science behind it, but it's not for everyone. And I think that people are so quick to just jump onto something.
Yeah.
And carbs are actually your brain's main energy source. So I just don't think it's right to cut anything out in full. Unless you've got like intolerance or, you know, you're lactose intolerant.
You don't want to deprive yourself completely of things, because then that turns into a craving essentially, doesn't it? Because
and is it actually sustainable?
Like when you completely go cold turkey on something, you're bound to just go back and be like, I want that, or I want this.
Exactly.
But no, I get that.
So I'm more like nothing's out of bounds, but just create things that are actually gonna, like, little changes that are gonna be actually sustainable. Because maybe you can go on a diet and lose like however much you want, but then you're going to regain it back as soon as that diet finishes, or is it sustainable?
And that's the thing as well, that like, obviously I was saying with you with Manjaro, like you see TikTok reels and stuff where people have said, I've gained so much weight coming off it, because they physically haven't changed their bad habits. Even on Manjaro, like, so many people were getting sick with it because they were starving themselves on it.
Really?
So because it literally takes away your food noise, so people don't feel the need for hunger to go and eat. So people were just not eating on it. But you have to eat on it. You're on a medication, you need to eat, but better portions, smaller portions, better foods to train your body to be like that when you come off it. So I think, you know, it is really important that at a younger age we're getting taught this, because in school I think it's not, you just 5 a day, you know, which is just basic, but nobody talks about bulimia, nobody talks about, you know, the real disorders that are happening in women behind closed doors, that are literally going out for meals with their friends and coming home and making themselves sick.
And I think no one speaks about the consequences of undereating too, especially as females.
100%.
Because you can lose your period or regular periods. It can affect the production of your estrogen, which will then affect your bone strength. And it can lead to like osteoporosis.
It's crazy how everything has a knock-on effect.
And it's not spoken about enough. So girls will be doing certain things thinking it's harmless. Like, even me, when I was binge eating, like, there's so many like long-term effects of that if you're going to do it for a prolonged period of time. I think I completely destroyed my metabolism as well. But and you don't know about that.
But look at this, like, you sitting here now, you've achieved so much, you're doing so well online, you've got your body that you wanted, and you're happy and you feel happy within yourself. So it's not too late for anyone to turn their lives around.
Exactly.
And it's not, you know, too late for anyone to get out of them unhealthy habits.
Of course,
And there's a root cause to it. There's always a root cause to it. And I think it's about like viewers that are watching this that maybe are going through like binge eating and I'm like, oh my God, I can resonate with that. It's kind of like, you don't need to be shameful about it. Like, it's happening to you and it's very real.
And it happens to a lot of people. It's just not spoken about.
It's not spoken about. It's like, you know, like when you're unhappy with your weight, like even with myself, it's not something that I'm going to talk about. Like, never in a million years has like, would my brother be like, oh God, like you've put on a bit of weight or whatever. Like, my family aren't like that. Like fat shaming you. But like, when I did put on a bit of weight, like my brother was like, oh, you put on a bit of weight. And like for me, that was my realization to be like, well, come on, like, and I can't just put it down to my knee injury because my food habits should have changed.
Yeah.
But with me, I feel like I was eating 1 meal a day.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because I was working.
Yeah.
I was literally working mad hours, like either nursing or clinic.
Yeah.
I'd come home and have 1 meal. And what was my meal? Probably Pepe's or...
Oh, yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And not the good stuff at Pepe's.
Yeah.
Probably like the most unhealthy thing there.
So, I thought it was a chicken rice box straight away.
And it just like, it just holds on to you. It stores as fat, doesn't it? Because obviously it's not breaking anything down. But I think the main focus of this is as well, like from like advice as well from you, is like getting back into healthy habits, you know, cracking down on core problems that people have, and like, you know, disorders and things like that, and like seeing the trauma behind it. You know, I think not a lot of people are very willing to put their hands up and be like, I'm suffering, I'm going through something,
and finding out how it all started as well. So some of our binge clients, I always say like, when did it start? And like what triggered it. A lot of it is like comments from family members or friends.
But it's crazy because this is the world we live in. It's kind of like, you know, your friends, instead of being supportive, are looking at you. And then, you know, when you become that fit girl with the abs and, you know, and with the ass and whatever, they don't want to know you then because you're better than them all of a sudden.
I've had that so much. I think
really,
people,
have you lost friends then?
Of course, And I think like, not just about fitness, just I think sometimes you outgrow people. Sometimes people just get intimidated when you're doing something that they want to do, but they can't be asked doing it. And
I find this a lot in business because obviously I did clinic. I was never in business before. Johnny Bravo comes from a very business background, and I think naturally like they're into all that. And I didn't have a clue. I'm not gonna lie. And you know, when certain friends see that you're doing well, it's the people, we've always said this, it's the people that you expect to support you don't.
They see it as an attack, and I think it might be because you come from the same start, but they don't like to see you doing better than them. As soon as you're doing better than them, then you're a threat. But before, no, it's okay, like as long as you're not better than me. I think that's how it comes across.
But it's crazy
because
it is
crazy. I hate it.
But you could be just as good as me if you put your mind to it.
And I've got friends that I think are better than me, but I'm not jealous or insecure. I'm like, go you.
Girl,
like my time will come. But I don't know, some people are just,
it's very toxic.
It is very toxic, and I just cut them off straight away now.
And I think me and Axa, my co-host, were speaking about this, and I was saying I used to be a people pleaser. So
same.
even when you're in the wrong, I never used to say anything. I never used to be that girl that liked confrontation.
Same.
That liked to say no. And I think like I hit 30 and I got a backbone. I was like, no, if I don't agree with something, like I've had certain instances that have happened with friends recently, and unfortunately I've just been like, do you know what, like that's, we don't see eye to eye. You're not seeing where I'm coming from and I'm not seeing where you're coming from. Let's just leave it at that and keep it moving. Like we're adults. Like I've got my life, like no offense, I've got my husband, I've got my family, I've got my friends that are there for me, and that's it. You just it's okay to outgrow people. And I think people forget this. People think that because you've known someone for 10 years or 15 years, you owe them something. I don't owe you anything. My life is my life and your life is your life. If you can't be happy for me and vice versa, then leave it as that. Keep it moving.
I agree. It's all about self-respect too. I always say, like, if someone does something to me that I would not do to them, that's it. Bye. I really don't care, because I don't know. Like, I know people are different, but if I would never do that to you, then no, like, I don't want to be around you. Why would you even think about doing that to me? I don't know.
No. I get that. It's weird energy. It's weird energy.
So weird.
And I think like sometimes you can be not bullied, but pressured into doing things 100%. That you don't want to do. Or sometimes you can be like, oh, is it me? Like, she got a problem with me.
I think I'm going crazy sometimes.
I'm just like, what the hell? I'm just posting my content. And do you know what? It's them friends that never comment, never like, never reshare, never like in your corner. And it's just, it's mean girl energy. That's what I say.
Because I get like, if you're not on socials, if you're not on it a lot, but I know like, I had literally a best friend. Never, I would always like her stories. Like, if I see a pretty girl, I'm gonna like it straight away. Never, ever would she like any of mine. And I didn't like, it doesn't bug me, but then I started to notice, like, wait, I was like yours. You never ever, like, I think once she liked it, and I was like, oh, that's weird. That I'm seeing my best friend like my story.
Because it's
so
because it's probably like she's accidentally was
maybe
preying you and accidentally tapped you.
I thought,
because you don't know, like you know, like people are watching you. Like honestly, like even to people like now that probably like I haven't been friends with and like cut off for whatever reason. Don't need to go.
They're always going to be keeping tabs.
Like I actually see in my stories, I'm like, you're still preying me, and I'm not that like when someone's out of my circle, I'm not immature to be deleting you off my Instagram.
Yeah.
Like, I'm a 30-year-old woman. Like,
Yeah.
don't need to be doing that. But if you've done that to me, but then you still, so say like if you've removed me as a friend and then you still want to pre my shit, okay, yeah, then I am gonna remove you because you've done it. Do you know what I mean?
And it's
So
weird.
it's weird girl energy.
I
Like,
believe in evil eye so much.
yes.
Yeah. I'm like, go away.
Yes.
Block.
I don't know if that's just like, I don't know, like a Muslim thing,
Yeah.
especially like in Turkish community, it's very big, especially in the Iraqi community as well. They're always bringing things around, go,
yeah, they are.
get it away, burn it off. But do you feel like you faced a lot of hate from like certain individuals?
Yeah, from like friends. I wouldn't say hate, but like negative energy. Yeah. But I notice it so well now, and like, I notice it so well. Even though sometimes the look they give, when you actually look nice, they can give like a little weird look, and only you notice it.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I've outgrown so many friends for that reason, and just been like, I'd rather just like be on my own than be around people that I can't trust.
Yeah.
Or that don't support me. So yeah, like now I'm at the point where I really don't care to cut people off. Like if you
don't align with me,
exactly.
If you don't align with my values, it's gotta go.
Exactly.
You gotta cut them off.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'll be using this hand, but my nails. But no, how's your family been with the whole fitness influencer thing?
Yeah,
how did you like?
Really supportive, to be fair. I think.
Have you got brother, sister?
I've got 2 brothers.
Okay, so you're the only girl.
I'm the only girl.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
I'm in the middle as well. So I've got one brother a year older, one's a year younger.
Okay.
So yeah, really supportive. Like they're just always like, do your thing. I think, with Muslim parents or Middle Eastern parents, they always want you to be like a doctor or this or that.
Yeah. You get that a lot.
Yeah.
Don't you? Yeah.
So I think my mum was a bit unsure when I said I'm gonna do like online coaching. She's probably thinking, like,
what career is that?
Yeah, like
is it even a career?
Yeah, even gonna be able to like live off that and blah blah blah. But I think now that I've started it, she sees where I'm at. Like she's content.
Really proud of like where you've
you've come. Exactly.
And it is crazy. Like I think in the world that we live in now, it is very much like people do want that support from somebody.
Yeah.
And like you said, that you share similar struggles to girls that are going through stuff. So it is really beneficial.
Yeah.
But now making money is online. I was talking to Carl about this walking into the studio today. I was like, the things you have to do, like even for me with the clinic, like people making silly videos of themselves to get viewers and to get followers. What has the world come to? Like before, it used to be a website and you're booking for your website. Like, what is this? We book through DMs now. Like, it's crazy.
I know, it's mad.
I
always say though, if I didn't have to work on Instagram, I would not be on it. I hate it. It's so toxic. Like you're just naturally going to compare yourself to everyone, and as much as you try not to, like it just happens.
And it's a screen time as well.
I
feel like
so bad.
You're always on your phone. Like I always say to Johnny Bravo, like I'm like when I get home, like sometimes I'm on my phone. I'm like I have to apologize because like not that he feels any type of way, but I'm like, look, I'm doing work, like I'm doing content, or I'm getting the girls to reply to somebody. It's always something. It's not just me sitting here scrolling on TikTok.
Exactly. Yeah.
Because before you know it, you're just scrolling. An hour goes by, 2 hours goes by, and it's like they're training your mindset to only have like a short span of time. Like like your attention span is like a few seconds, and then you get bored. People don't want to sit at movies anymore because they get bored.
How mad, especially with someone with ADHD. Like I was like, no, I can't make it any worse. Get me off TikTok because I could stay on there for hours. It's so bad. But yeah, I've got time limits. You can put on the apps.
Oh, you know no?
I have it on everything.
You've got time limits?
Yeah. Sometimes it works. Sometimes
we've learned something.
Yeah. But you can press cancel after 15 minutes, which is just annoying.
Okay.
But it does help, especially like not going on my phone before bed because that's so bad as well.
Yeah. You just think about like, all the stuff that's, because they say like you start dreaming about the stuff that you've just recently like done before you bed. Yeah.
And the blue light as well is so bad. Like I struggle to sleep as it is, so I think I notice that going on my phone just keeps me up, so I just try not to before. And then first thing in the morning, honestly, if you don't do this already, do not go on your phone. Or don't go on socials. Don't go on socials.
That's it. That's weird because that's literally the first thing I do when in the morning.
It used to be mine as well.
Naturally, you just look at your DM, you look at your your WhatsApp or whatever, what's going on. The first thing we do is look at our phones.
And it's
crazy.
hard when you use it for work.
Yeah.
But I was watching a podcast and they were saying like, if you go on your phone first thing in the morning, you're more likely to during the day. And there's actually been studies, or I don't know, they found out that people that go on the phone first thing, they just like as soon as they see a notification, they go on it straight away. Whereas if you don't, you're less likely to go on your phone. And I've genuinely noticed that myself.
No,
after just one day.
That's crazy. Yeah, I need to do that.
do it. Honestly,
I
like,
need to do
it'll stick because you'll see the difference.
Yeah.
That's what keeps you motivated. Like, what I've started to do is as soon as I wake up, I'm so lucky that I can work from home, so I'll go on a walk.
Yeah.
First thing, like, go on a walk, you need the sunlight straight away.
I definitely need to. I'm vitamin D deficient, like
yeah,
really
do you
bad.
take vitamin D?
Yeah,
Okay,
but I feel like with vitamin D, you
Yeah.
can obviously help with nutrition and stuff like that.
Yeah.
What's the right way to take it? Because some girls just literally pop a pill.
Yeah.
But I was seeing like studies where it says like you're not even getting use of the vitamin. You have to take it with fat soluble like diet. So it's basically absorbed.
Yeah.
Rather than just popping a pill, taking water, see you later.
Yeah.
It's not going to do anything for you.
Do you take vitamin D3 and K2?
No, so that's
take
the
them
thing.
both together.
Okay.
You can research it, but it increases the absorbency or something like that. You actually get to absorb the vitamin D. I always say, like, whenever you watch podcasts, like, research everything that they say. But if you type in vitamin D3 and K2, you'll see that you absorb more of it or something like that. So take them both together. It comes in a combined pill. And then, by the way, I'm no like nutritionist or anything, but I'm just giving like what I've researched.
And that's fine. Like, we're here to give general advice. We're not, people obviously still need to do your research.
Exactly, yeah. And when you eat it with a meal, you actually absorb it, so you digest it properly. Okay. So take all. I don't know if you have to take all of them with the meal, but I do so anyway just to be safe.
Yeah. Do you take magnesium? What supplements do you take?
So all I take is the vitamin D3 and K2. I think everyone should be taking that in the UK. Like, we don't get enough sun, so especially brown people.
Yeah.
So that and magnesium glycinate, because that helps with sleep, specifically glycinate.
Okay.
That also helps with PMS, like cravings, bloating, cramps.
Okay.
And I went on holiday recently and I've not been taking it, and I've noticed a mad difference this period.
Oh god,
compared
you're
to
suffering.
Yeah, I'm suffering so much. And I was like, wait, what's different? I was like, oh my god, I forgot to take my magnesium. So it actually makes a difference. So that and one more thing.
Ashwagandha.
Oh, amazing.
Okay.
I've been taking it for years, and
so
initially,
for people who don't know what ashwagandha is, can you?
So it's actually a herb or a plant that's been made into tablet, whatever.
Okay.
Oh, there's a name for it. There's another name for it that's like.
Is it the black tar stuff?
I don't know what it looks like. No. It's
What's that? What's the black tar stuff? I'm getting confused now.
I know what you mean, but I initially started taking it for stress because it's meant to help reduce stress, and I think
in a form of a tablet.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm someone that I don't like taking supplements unless they actually make a difference, and I know they work.
Yeah.
And I saw such a difference with that. It helped me with sleep as well, because then I'm less stressed. I can go to sleep.
Does it help with like brain fog?
I don't know. I would love to say yeah, but I don't know. It's hard to know, because then you're like, is it because of my diet or is it because of this or that?
Yeah. Is it other factors that are?
That's why I'm like, people will always say, oh, I started taking this and it's changed all of this. I'm like, how do you know though? Because you could have changed other things at the same time, or
yeah, of course.
But I'm very particular with what I take, and I genuinely try and make it a very fair test to see if it's that's making a difference.
Yeah.
And for example, with the magnesium, now that I didn't take it this month, I can
see
a
huge difference.
So yeah, they're the only 3 that I take.
And how do you? I know some people just struggle, like with me, even my vitamins.
Yeah.
Do you like have like a little pill box?
Yeah.
I
say to my clients, because sometimes they forget. I'm like, on Amazon you can get like Monday,
Tuesday. Yeah.
It's like £2, and it's so worth it. Otherwise
you put it there. Otherwise you forget on a Sunday. Prep all your pills.
Yeah.
Pop all your pills.
That's what I do. And I put it on my desk, so every time I wake up it's there and I can see it. Otherwise I'm going to forget to take it. So yeah,
I can relate to that.
I wouldn't take anything that's like weird, like medical stuff. I don't even take ibuprofen a lot or paracetamol.
I'm like that though.
Yeah.
I'm like,
I don't
only if I have to and I'm really
Same.
suffering. Because a lot of people when they have periods, they take Feminax.
Oh,
but someone, have you not heard of Feminax?
No.
Feminax is like a branded a tablet, and I think it's got like ibuprofen in it, and it's got codeine in it.
Oh wow.
But it's got like a small dose of codeine, so I
Yeah.
think it's like 8 milligrams or 5 milligrams. Don't quote me on the amount,
Yeah.
but like a small amount. And someone actually said to me, I think it was AXA actually, she was like, apparently a few girls have said that it affects fertility. But I'm like, I don't know how true that is, but you don't know, like with some of these medications, we've like taken it because especially with people with like PCOS and endometriosis, especially with endo, they get really painful periods.
Exactly, yeah.
So your first thing is grab anything to take away the pain.
Of course, yeah.
How are you going to cope with it?
Yeah.
So I think putting natural things in your body, like you said, like ashwagandha.
Yeah.
Maybe I should start getting ashwagandha pills.
Honestly, and people say it numbs your emotions. I was like, good, because I'm actually an empath. I feel too much. Like, let it, please.
Oh, no, that's actually like really interesting.
But one thing that helps with my period, I've noticed, is drinking enough water. And it's something that like everyone says, but it actually makes a difference. Yeah. When I don't do it, I notice such a big difference in my cramps as well.
But like, look, now you've got your water bottle.
Yeah, always.
I've got my water bottle.
Yeah.
Like, I think it's just something that you have to have habit. Like,
100%, yeah.
even like one of my friends, obviously, who like PTs me, trains me, she's always like, you need to have at least 3 liters a day.
Exactly.
And I'm like, 3 liters?
Yeah.
And I'm like, is that actually like doable? And she's like, Zaynab, like just have your bottle to hand and just keep sipping on it.
Yeah.
And what I love about these bloody Stanleys are, it actually keeps it cold.
Oh, does it?
Yeah, so you know, when I first got this, I was like, oh, I'm paying like 40 quid for a Stanley or something ridiculous. And my husband was like, oh, that's not going to keep your ice floating. Apparently it's meant to keep your ice in the Stanley for like 12 hours or something ridiculous. So I was like, let me test it. So I put like full on ice cubes. After a night shift in the morning, I get home and they're still floating at the top.
That's crazy.
So it's nice and cold.
I actually don't like freezing cold stuff. That's why I'm happy with this.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I don't even like ice cream.
Really?
Yeah. I think I'm so sensitive to cold things.
So like cold
my
things.
teeth as well, so.
No, fairs. So, Meena, you basically put up a post to say that you've come on the podcast.
Yeah.
And you've had some people that have messaged in that want to know some stuff. So you can
yes.
fire away.
So someone said binge eating, how you overcame it. So
we kind of touched on that, didn't we?
Yeah, we did. Oh, there's so many tips I could give. So
no, but you can, of course, you can give some tips.
I'd say first, make sure you're eating enough.
Yeah.
And I think for me, what helped most is eating mainly whole foods, because with the processed foods, they're all filled with stuff that's going to make you crave even more crap. So better off just going mainly whole foods. Eating enough healthy fats and enough protein, because with protein, it's the most satiating macronutrient. So it's going to fill you up the most. So
what would your typical meal look like then?
So I actually have pretty much the same thing every day.
Okay.
So I have eggs and dates at the start of my day. It's not really a meal, but like I'm not really hungry.
So do you have any carbs with your eggs, or just like sourdough, rye bread? No, just eggs and dates.
No, yeah, just I mean, dates are actually filled with carbs. So I guess you could say that. A tip I'd say is I don't have carbs on their own. I pair it with a protein or a healthy fat, just because it helps reduce the blood sugar spike.
Okay.
So, but that's not really binging, but yeah, it can help anyway.
Yeah.
But yeah, I have like tuna, sweet potato, and a massive salad for lunch.
Okay.
And then for dinner, like any sort of protein and carbs. So like usually like chicken, and then some veg and some carbs.
Oh, okay. And that's every day, like every routinely.
Day. Yeah, I mean,
do you never get sick of it? You switch it up a little bit.
Like I do switch it up, but I think with ADHD, I hyperfixate on so many meals. So like I'll eat it every day until I get bored, and then I'll switch it up.
Okay.
But like sometimes it's lasted me a year. I'll be
that's
fine.
crazy.
Yeah. But like I'll switch. I think my main meal that I stick with the same is lunch, and then dinner I'll always change.
So you always crave your tuna.
Yeah.
Your salad. Yeah. And what did you say you have? What else do you have?
I have like tuna. Oh yeah, sweet potato.
Sweet potato.
Kimchi.
What would you say is your best sweet potato brand for sweet potatoes?
Any, you know.
Really?
Yeah.
So, do you have sweet potato fries, or we're not allowed sweet potato fries?
Oh, no, I just buy sweet potatoes and then put them in the air fryer. Best thing ever.
Oh, really?
Yeah, into cubes.
Okay, maybe I need to try that.
Do it. Like, literally just put them into cubes, some seasoning.
Yeah.
You don't even need oil. Just put them in the air fryer. And even when it's done, I let him sit in there for like another 10 minutes. Just goes a bit soft.
Yeah.
Oh, so good.
I think it's training your body to get used to these foods.
It is, but then when you go mainly whole foods, like you'll start to appreciate the taste
appreciate
of these
foods. Yeah, no, 100%. Because like normally when I eat sweet potato, I'm like, oh, it's too sweet for me.
It?
Yeah, but I feel like it, like you said, it's getting used to eating foods. Like even for me, like my mom swears by sourdough, and I'm like, because I'm not really a bread person, but I feel like since being married, you just pick up habits. Like he eats bread, so I'm like, okay, we have bread in the morning, and that's where I think a lot of my weight gain came from as well. We don't realize how bad bread is for you. And I switched it to sourdough, but then even now, like you said, I'll just have like my eggs and like maybe some avocado, but I'm not that keen on avocado. I'm not gonna lie, force myself to eat it.
Oh really?
Yeah, I'm not. I don't know. I think you just
I didn't at first. Yeah, and then now I just love it now.
You just have to get used to like seasoning it right, and the textures and whatnot. But sometimes I'll have like a rye bread, but that won't be something that consistently I do have. Otherwise, you just get used to eating a bread with it all the time.
Yeah. And I won't mind having a bread with mine, but I'm just not hungry to stomach that that early in the morning.
Which is fair. It's like you're probably used to like a routine. In between that, obviously going back to the binge eating advice, do you snack on anything, or just your 3 staple meals and that's it?
No, I do have snacks. Okay. But if I do snack, it'll just be like fruit or something. It's not like
not anything excessive.
Bars. I used to have protein bars.
Oh, okay. What do you think about protein bars?
No, never again. I think it's all marketing.
Really?
It's filled with crap. If you look at the ingredients, there's like 50 ingredients for one bar, and it's all absolute crap. If sweeteners, emulsifiers, additives, and they're also bad for your gut as well. So anytime I used to have them, I was always bloated and like
just filled with
yeah. And then since cutting them out, oh my god, amazing.
Which one did you used to get? Just any
All
ones?
of them.
All
yeah.
of them.
All of
Every
them.
brand.
Every
Cookies
single
and
brand,
cream.
grenades, and they're so nice.
Yeah.
But you're better off having a chocolate bar because
Yeah, it literally. To be honest, they don't even taste as nice as a chocolate bar. But
yeah,
like you might, like you said, like for that, you might as well just have a chocolate
if you
bar
want a
instead.
sweet treat, like
So girls,
or
stop taking protein bars.
honestly, or have something with less ingredients. Like I always say, like only supplement with protein if you have to. If you're not getting enough from your actual diet,
Yeah.
and like you're really someone that cannot stomach food, like then yeah, okay, have the protein powders. But usually people can get enough through a whole foods diet anyway.
Yeah.
So you don't need to be having all these like products that are filled with crap. Really.
Yeah, that just say protein on them.
Yeah, they're all marketed.
It's like protein pancakes.
Yeah, no. All I would never have that on any of them again. No.
Protein bagels.
Yeah.
There's all sort of things. It's like
and they don't even taste nice. You program yourself to think they do. But
no, but you automatically assume it's really weird. Like healthy foods with tasting bad.
Yeah.
So when it tastes a bit naff, you're like, oh yeah, it's because it's healthy.
Yeah.
That's like a bad connotation that you're having with food.
Yeah,
it's like you said, like now you've built up a relationship with food where you love the food that you eat.
Yeah.
And you get what you need from your whole foods.
Yeah.
Do you think there's any other advice that you need to give to this specific person that's wrote in?
With binge eating, I would say make sure you're eating enough protein, enough healthy fats. Fiber is so important too, just to keep you satiated for a long time. What else would I say? Oh, a random piece of advice that helped me with binge eating is also cardio. And I think a lot of people that binge with ADHD, you're more prone to have a binge eating disorder.
Okay.
And I think it's to do with dopamine, like you're seeking dopamine through food. So doing the cardio, the extra 30 minutes in Zaynab genuinely helps. Just like helps me give dopamine that I was lacking.
Yeah.
Just kind of thinking, am I actually hungry, or is it like an emotional need that I'm trying to fulfill with food? And then finding ways to deal with your emotions instead of just going to food straight away.
Yeah. And do you feel like, obviously with binge eating, like we said before, it's related to trauma? Do you think sometimes it helped you relate back to why you started binge eating? Like, do you think that's important to recognise?
Sometimes, yeah.
Okay.
Like, I don't know how much trauma I had to do that. I think it was probably a coping mechanism 100%. Like, if I felt like crap, I'd go to food straight away. And I probably built that at a young age. I think because I was severely under eating too for the activity I was doing.
So you went from one extreme to the other.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And I just wasn't educated. Like I would barely have any healthy fats because I used to think, oh, fats are bad. Like they're gonna make me fat.
Yeah.
When they're so important, and it's like because like avocados, nuts, red meats are all higher in calorie. When you're in a calorie deficit, you try and avoid them to save your calories. But in actual fact, they'll be helping you out and they'll keep you more satiated. So they're actually important.
And that's the worst thing you can do is by just avoiding them.
And that's what I was doing. So yeah, and just like not seeing food as off limits, like the all or nothing mindset is really bad, because then like when you see your food as bad, if you then have it, you're like, oh, I fucked up, I'm gonna go and eat all this crap. Whereas if you don't have that mindset, you're like, that food isn't bad. It's not seeing good as food as good as bad, seeing it as more or less nutritional.
Yeah.
So you can still have it, but you would rather just have most of your diet with more nutritional foods, so you get the benefits from them, and then you can still have a chocolate bar here and there and like see progress.
Yeah, like not depriving yourself completely, because that's not really sustainable.
Exactly.
To go cold turkey and say I'm never gonna have chocolate again. Come on, that's not really.
You're setting yourself up for failure.
You're gonna be eating 4 or 5 bars in one night.
And out of sight, out of mind as well. So just if you know some people live with families, but when I went to uni, it helped just not having like loads of food.
It's your cupboards, isn't it? It's managing what you're buying. If it's not in the house, you can't physically have it. You're not going to Uber Eats your Galaxy bar or whatever you want. She says that
in it. I've done that before as
well. Anything else that you had questions
wise? Question wise. So someone said how you became an influencer real fast. So I would say it wasn't real fast. I actually made my account years ago, when it took about 2 years to like set off. I was on 2K for like 2 years.
But that's it. People forget that you get recognised from one thing. It's like with us with the podcast. Like we've not been doing it that long, to be fair. We started like probably a few months ago. And obviously we record episodes here and there throughout the weeks. And I was saying to Carl, it takes one TikTok reel for you to get recognised about something you're speaking about, for somebody to resonate with you and be like, oh shit, she makes sense. Do you know what I mean? So it's not the fact that you just have this profile and boom, you become this influencer. It doesn't work like that.
Exactly. And it's mad how like one post can make you gain so many followers. You can literally see it now. But I think the main thing that helped me was consistency. That's literally
you just were posting consistently.
Because during uni I had the account for 2 years, but because of everything going on, uni placement, everything, I wasn't posting as consistently. Since finishing, I was like, I've got no excuse now. I'm going to be posting like 3 times a week, and that's when I started to grow.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'd say consistency was the biggest thing.
Do you feel like when you grew, it was a bit overwhelming, or you were?
No, you know, so it came like over
You was
time.
buzzing.
Yeah, I was buzzing. I was like, oh my god, everything's paying off now.
Yeah.
Like, because at first I was recording myself and all this, and it was good, but I was like, am I doing it for no reason? And then when you start to see all the engagement, you're like, no, like people are actually resonating with what I say, and like they actually find value in it. So, no, it was really nice to see.
And it's rewarding for you, because it's
Yeah.
kind of like you put in all that hard work.
Yeah.
You're going there to the gym, setting up your tripod or setting up your thingy bob,
Yeah.
and you know, you're filming your workouts, and it's not for nothing.
No, it's
people are
paying off
watching
now.
you, yeah,
Exactly. Yeah.
and they're saving your reels, and you
Yeah.
know, they're using your content, which is
Yeah.
amazing. Yeah. Anything else that anybody else?
Your journey and how you've gotten to where you are today. I think we spoke about
We
that as
spoke
well.
about that, yeah. So I think we've covered a lot of the points that you had put forward.
Yeah.
I had a few dilemmas that were sent in. So we had a dilemma sent in which basically said, my boyfriend's body has changed drastically in just a few months, like shredded abs and veins popping everywhere. He swears it's just hard work and protein, but I found some syringes in his gym bag.
Oh, wow.
And I don't know if I should confront him or keep quiet, or even worry about my own safety if he's juicing up. That's hilarious. Do I bring it up, or is that crossing a line if it's his body and his choice?
No, 100% bring it up, I think.
I would. I feel
100%.
like if I'm in a relationship with somebody, you
For
need to be
their own safety
transparent
as well.
Yeah, because I think this is it. Like, so many people are misinformed.
Yeah.
And like don't realize the effects of, obviously, I mean, I don't know much about steroids and
Yeah,
taking
I don't know too
supplements
much
and
either,
stuff, but
we all know that there's bad consequences with it.
of
though,
course,
100%, yeah.
but I mean, definitely if I was in that position, I don't know about
Yeah.
you, I would have to speak up.
100%, yeah, same. For their own good, and also just even just having a conversation might help them change their mind.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
it might just be like you said, a habit, or it might
Yeah.
just be something that they're addicted to, or they
Yeah,
fell
yeah, yeah.
into. Because I think with guys as well, we're talking very much about women on the podcast today. I think guys are very pressured into the way they look as well.
Yeah. And their body just more, they've got body dysmorphia as well.
I think
Like-
guys just expect to go to the gym and first get muscly straight away.
Yeah.
But it doesn't work like that.
Yeah.
Like, people's hormones, genetics is completely different.
Yeah.
And people's outcomes are completely different. There might be a guy there that looks really jacked up, but there's another guy that, you know, is quite lean and petite. Do you know what I mean? But everyone's body frames are different.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's an interesting one.
It
And
was,
then there's my boyfriend has a female gym partner. And I can't lie, it drives me insane. They send each other workout plans, spot each other, and post sweaty selfies
No.
after sessions.
No.
You're like, no.
Definitely not.
He swears it's just the gym and that she's not his type, but I can't shake the feeling that I'm basically the third wheel in this fitness life. Am I being paranoid, or is this an emotion? Is this emotional cheating?
I wouldn't say it's being paranoid. I think if you're feeling a certain way, you've got a reason to feel that way. Personally, me, I wouldn't accept that. Like, I think you just need to be clear with your boundaries, what you will and what you won't accept, and then go from there. But I just think it's so weird for a guy to be working out with a girl when you've got a girlfriend.
Yes.
So weird.
And I feel like this happens a lot in gyms, though, you know.
Yeah,
I feel
yeah,
like
yeah,
it
yeah.
becomes this whole mix match situation. And that's why I feel like some girls just want to go to all ladies gyms. But in the same breath, like, me and my friend went to a ladies gym yesterday in Birmingham that's just come up, and we wanted to just go see the vibe.
Yeah.
And I walked in and nobody was on reception, like,
Yeah.
because I wanted to pay for a day pass. I'm not
Yeah,
just going to
yeah.
walk in and take the piss. And like, there's all these people in there. There's no music, so there's no vibe. So I was like, I didn't bring my AirPods with me
Yeah.
because she's with me. So I was
Oh,
like,
no.
I've got no motivation. And I feel like everyone was looking at us because we were dressed in like our leggings and stuff like that. I'm going into an all ladies gym, and I feel like sometimes
It's so
with gyms,
annoying. There's so much judgment in them.
yeah,
areas
there's
as
so
well
much
sometimes.
judgment, and I feel like I've gone a bit off tangent from what this girl was saying, but I think like in gyms where it's mixed environments as well, people feel entitled that you can just walk up to girls and start having a conversation.
That's what I hate as well.
And spotting them.
Yeah, it's not Love Island.
Yeah.
And it's not a social space. Just go and do your work and go home.
Yeah.
Like, it's nice
I
to,
didn't ask you to come over and help me with my set.
Yeah.
Or jump in on the set.
I hate it.
And because obviously you have a break in between your set, like
Yeah.
say you're using the leg press and you want your 10 seconds in between or your minute in between rest, you're standing there and a guy will be like, is it all right if I jump in?
Sometimes I don't mind, but like, so if they're trying to move to you, it's annoying because like, respect someone's space. And sometimes when you tell them respectfully to go away, like, I won't say go away, I'll just, you know, be like,
get lost.
yeah, in it.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm doing my workout and stuff. They just don't leave you alone sometimes. I'm just like, what's wrong with you?
And
Come
it's
on.
like making gestures, you know, especially when you got your headphones on.
Yeah.
You don't want to be
Yeah,
talking
like little
to anyone.
cues. They don't pick up.
Yeah.
Like, what? Like, I'm like, okay, I need to carry on my workout. Put my headphones
Put my
in.
headphones on.
They're still talking.
No, so I can definitely, if I was in that position, I don't think I would feel comfortable. Well, no,
I wouldn't at all.
period.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
wouldn't feel comfortable with my partner
Not at all.
working out with a female.
Yeah.
thing of. Saying that, my friend is obviously a trainer, and we used to do double sessions with her sometimes, and like I was fine with that. Do you know what I mean? Because I know like she's my mate,
well.
and she's my friend, and you know like she's been around our house and stuff like that, and like I don't see my husband in that way, but would I feel comfortable with him solely just becoming friends with a girl in the gym? No, I wouldn't.
No, definitely.
Why do you need to be making friends?
Exactly.
Sorry, you're
Especially
married
in the gym. Like there's so many guys that can spot you. Why go?
And if he feels a need to train with a woman, it should be his girl.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
she shouldn't be sitting there feeling like she's the third wheel or she's being paranoid.
And most times sessions are better on your own, so there's no reason to be training with a girl in the gym.
And I feel like that's when it like leads on to like text messages and whatever and blah blah. This one was a bit juicy and I didn't know whether to say it, but we're just gonna say it because she wrote it in. So she said, okay, I never thought that I'd be this person writing in, but here we are. My husband and I joined a paddle club. I'm obsessed with paddle.
I love paddle, yeah.
My husband and I joined a paddle club to meet new people and stay active. It was supposed to be our couple's hobby. Instead, I think it's turned into being the beginning of a divorce. So it turns out that my husband has been having an affair with my paddle partner. Yep, the woman I play doubles with every week. I only found out because another member pulled me aside and said that they saw the two of them making out in the car park after a late practice session. At first I didn't believe it, but then I went through his phone and I found a dozen of texts from her, not just flirty ones, but messages about sneaking off and planning trips together under the excuse of paddle weekends. But now paddle is actually becoming a social thing. It's crazy. Like they are doing like these paddle clubs, and like even abroad they're doing like abroad trips away, and people like in Spain, in like different in I think Morocco have opened like the biggest abroad paddle court where there's like over,
that sounds so good as well.
where there's like I think there's like 20 or 30 courts. I think it's Morocco. So it's become a whole thing, like it's become a whole movement. That's really scary. It says her husband also plays, oh my god, she's married. Her husband also plays at the club. We've had double dates, dinners, and travelled together, and he has no idea. Now every time I step on the court, I'm looking at my cheating husband and my fake best friend. And I'm completely clueless. Do I expose them mid-match in front of the entire club, or just quietly tell her husband and let him handle with it?
I would just tell my husband in private and leave.
Yeah.
Gone.
What? Like, I could not be dealing with that.
No,
like,
finish.
Look, like, especially with paddle, it's become a thing where you have Playtomic, basically. So it's an app. And you can just book on and then random people can join you. And like, I'm all for that, but know your boundaries. If you're a married woman and like you're a married man, like there's no need for you to be becoming friendly.
Disrespectful.
And it's kind of like you're getting a buzz out of just like, I don't know, this girl giving you attention, but you've got a whole wife sitting at home. And I just think, especially she said it was meant to be like a husband, like couples thing, like for them to enjoy.
That's crazy.
I'm sorry, but I wouldn't be, I'm really like, really harsh with things like that.
So am I. I'm very cutthroat.
Yeah,
and I have, like,
I can't tolerate
boundaries.
shit like that.
Yeah.
Like, you've
Cheating,
cheated. Nah.
done.
Bye. See you later, mate.
There's no going back.
Yeah,
I wouldn't
there's
even
no
argue. I would
excuses.
just be like, all right, see ya.
And you know, you speak to some people, and some people are like, yeah, but it's an intention. No. And he's sorry. I'm like, babe, if he could do it to you once, he'll do it again in a heartbeat.
Plus, if you're excusing it, is that because you would do it as well? I don't know. It's just weird. I would never, ever, ever, ever.
Where's your self-worth and where's your like your values,
self-respect,
and your self-respect? And I feel like it's really sad because some women feel like they have to be put back in that situation because he's my husband, and I'm worried about the backlash that I'm gonna get from the community, especially in like our types of like where we come from, our backgrounds. It's very frowned upon, like a divorce. But I'm sorry, like girl,
I couldn't give less of a fuck what other people.
If he's moving mad, you've got do out.
No.
It's horrible, but like, sorry, like, why would you even want to be next to a man like that? I'm sorry.
It's either you put up with that behaviour for the rest of your life, or you just get rid of it now, and you'll always find better.
No, 100%. And I'm a firm believer of that. I'm like, whatever's meant to be is written for you.
Of course, yeah.
It's and
you're bound to find better.
Of course,
because it's about like it's your standards and what you will and won't tolerate. So you can decide the person that you want to be in your life.
No, of course. You know. But no, I definitely, girl, sorry, I'd be cutting that off.
Yeah, 100%.
I wouldn't stand for that shit.
No,
not at all. I'd be going psycho.
Yeah.
Probably go to a paddle club. Cause you.
I mean,
I
say I wouldn't create a big scene, but who knows?
No, I would. I'd be kicking off. I'd be kicking off. Then I'd go home, throw your shit out, and then see you later. And then I'd still go back to the same paddle club with my new man or whatever.
That's more realistic. So my TikTok is Meena_fitness_.
Slide in her DMs, ask her any questions, feel free to, and look at her online coaching plans.
Oh, thank you. Yeah,
have a look at them, and we'll see you for the next episode. So like, share, subscribe, rate, and comment, and see you later.